I have been swept away by emotional storms my entire life. I fought my anxiety the only way I knew how, losing myself at work, trying to rationalize my way out of feeling inadequate, or ignoring the pain in my body until my body finally broke down. And the fight with anxiety actually made the anxiety worse. But this book changed that for me. And today I want to share with you a powerful tool that helps me stay grounded in an emotional storm. My name is Angela, and in this Happiness Trap book series, we explore a leading science-backed approach to reducing anxiety and stress called Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, or ACT. Today, we'll explore a tool called ACE from the chapters 4 and 5 in the book. We'll talk about how it works, how to practice it, and the unexpected gifts that it has brought me. I would often experience an emotional storm during an endometriosis flare-up, where there will be a lot of physical pain, including cramps, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, and headache. And layered on top of that would be a mental storm, the anxiety spiral, the feeling of not good enough, the racing thoughts telling me that I am not good enough, that I would never achieve anything because now I have to slow down, I have to rest, and then everything is going to fall apart. And in the past, I've dealt with these difficult feelings by trying to push them away as much as possible. I want to get rid of them. I don't want to think about them. Definitely don't want to feel them. So I pushed them away. And I also tried to get rid of them by working really hard, maybe doing things as perfectly as I can, trying to escape that feeling as much as possible. And at times, I will also get completely hooked by them, completely consumed and involved in them. And I will be absolutely lost. But what if there is another way? What if it is possible to put those thoughts and feelings right here? Just allow them to be here. I can peacefully coexist with them. In that way, I'm not fighting with them, and I can direct my attention to doing what I need to do. I can still actually control my body, and I can put my full attention in the things that I actually care about. Now, saying just letting it be there, peacefully coexisting with the thoughts and feelings, that's easy to say, but it can be very tricky to do. So what does it actually look like in practice? This is where the tool called ACE come in to help us drop an anchor in the storm. I'm going to walk you through the 3 steps of ACE, and then we're going to practice it together. So the first step is A, which stands for acknowledge your thoughts and feelings. This is where we can notice and name the feelings that we have instead of getting completely absorbed in them. If you have been following the video series in the past few weeks, this is exactly what we have been practicing. The second step is C, which stands for connect with our bodies. We can continue to allow those emotions and thoughts to be here while we consciously, intentionally move our bodies through gentle movements. It allows us to remind ourselves that even when the thoughts and feelings are here and we allow them to be here, we can still have agency over what we do, over our actions. The last step, E, stands for engage with what you're doing. We are going to intentionally pay our full attention to 5 things that we can see in the external world in that moment. This allows us to be reminded that yes, the thoughts and feelings are here. Yes, there's a body to hold them, but there's also a bigger world out here that we can engage with. We don't need to be completely absorbed by the thoughts and feelings. We can actually do intentional actions in the external world. And this step really grounds me because when I pay full attention to the external world, it allows me to be a lot more present. So let's try this together. For example, when an endometriosis storm hits, I would tell myself in my mind, wow, here is a lot of discomfort. There is a lot of pain in me right now. I can feel it in my cramps, in my back, in my shoulders, in my head. And I notice my mind is saying that I'm not good enough, everything is going to fall apart, I don't have time to rest. And here is anxiety. What is coming up with you right now? I encourage you to use the terms on this list or these phrases on this list to help you frame the thoughts and the feelings. So instead of saying, I am angry, it is actually a lot more effective to say, here is anger, or there is anger in me right now. Because this language allows us to acknowledge that those feelings and thoughts are here without being consumed by it. So as we are acknowledging those thoughts and feelings, we can now do some gentle movements. We can do a gentle stretch. We can have a simple, this hand pressing exercise, which I really like, and everybody has a different preference. So please find what actually works best for you. So we can just allow those thoughts and feelings to be here, and then we can intentionally just do some gentle movement like pressing our hands together, or some people really like pressing their feet firmer into the ground. And if moving your body is challenging right now, you can also try some slow intentional breathing. Intentionally breathing in and out slowly, and allowing those thoughts and emotions to still be there. They might be raging, but we're able to remind ourselves that yes, those thoughts and feelings are here, but there is a body to hold it, and we can still move our body and still do actions that we want. And lastly, we are going to name 5 things that we can sense from the external world. So right now, I'm going to say, wow, there is a light right here. There is a cat right there. There is a light here. There is a clothing rack right here. And there is a phone right here. And notice that when I'm doing this, I am trying to pay full attention to every single thing that I name. And it doesn't matter whether it's things that we see or things that you smell or taste or hear or touch, just something in the external world that we can directly engage with and pay our full attention to. And at the end, we can now bring that full attention back to what we're actually doing. So in this moment, you're watching the video, and I want to invite you to put your full attention in it. When we are paying our full attention in what we're doing, instead of trying to fight the thoughts or being completely absorbed by them, we are able to be a lot more effective with our actions, and also we get to enjoy what we're doing a lot more. That is one cycle of ACE: acknowledge, connect, and engage. And it can take a few, maybe 30 seconds to a few minutes, however long you would like. And you can also run as many cycles as you would like, so then you can feel anchored in the storm. Now notice what we didn't do here. We were not trying to fight the feelings, trying to push them away, or being completely absorbed by it. Instead, we're just allowing those thoughts and feelings to be present because they already are. And we're trying to direct our attention to remind ourselves, yes, there is a body here. Yes, there is still a world out here that I can still engage with in a value-driven way, in a way that I really care about. And that is the power of acceptance and commitment therapy. For a guided practice, you can return to this video, or you can also use the free link in the description below to access the author of this book, Russ Harris, recording on this exercise. So those recordings range from around 40 seconds to 12 minutes, and you can choose your own adventure. He is really good at leading those exercises, and his voice is also very soothing. So I highly recommend that you check that out. Now, I won't pretend that this transformation is easy. Even after years of practicing ACE and other tools in acceptance and commitment therapy, I can still get swept away by an emotional storm, especially when I'm super sleep deprived, when I'm super hungry, or when I'm in a really bad flare up. But the truth is, the more I practice these tools, the freer I feel in my life. This freedom is not just found outside of the storm when everything is calm and fine, but also within it. Surprisingly, ACE has also allowed me to have profound insight and peace within the storm. That is actually very surprising to me. And I think what happens is that when I'm actually present with my body during the storm, during my endometriosis flare up, I am now more and more able to be with my body, to feel the pain that my body already feels during that time. And I am practicing being able to sit with it instead of abandoning it and escaping my body by escaping into my mind. And that just gives me so much more appreciation and gratitude for my body because I know how hard it works to try to balance itself, to try to bring me healing, while it's always been experiencing these discomfort even when I try to escape from it. And when I stopped the fighting, something opened up. I started becoming a lot more present in just accepting of the experiences that I have and also being able to appreciate the world that I live in more. So, for example, during my endometriosis flare up, sometimes I would sit on the couch and just doing ACE and being present with the pain and not escaping it. And I would notice this really beautiful tree outside of my window and just seeing it swaying gently in the wind and just the sun glistening on its leaves, and it's living amongst this blue sky with clouds gently passing by. And the tree has always been there. I just haven't been paying attention to it, like how I was when I was in pain, but very present. So that has really brought me this feeling of that's actually enough. That moment was enough on its own. I don't need to chase perfection or achievements in order to feel okay because I could actually find peace in the middle of the storm. And that actually gave me a very strong and new confidence to be safe within myself because so much of my life was spent on trying to push away discomfort and running away from my feelings and therefore running away from myself and how my body was actually feeling. And I think the running away stems from this fear that I'll be completely consumed by those feelings. I won't be able to escape it. I will be completely overwhelmed by it. But knowing how to practice ACE and the other tools in acceptance and commitment therapy has really helped me to feel like, yes, I now know from my direct experience how to actually handle these thoughts and feelings, how to actually be more at peace with them and be safe with them. And that is such a transformation and such a liberation for me. The other liberation that it brought me is to know that my thoughts and feelings don't have to limit what I do. I can still have these thoughts and feelings in my life, but I can still freely move my arms. I can still do the actions that align the most with my values. And I have also learned that I am much bigger than the thoughts and feelings. I have enough room to hold all of them while not being destroyed by them. So in the next 2 weeks, I really want to invite you to practice ACE. And the word practice is the key here because there's no amount of conceptual understanding, reading the book, watching me do the exercise or explaining the exercise would ever be able to rewire the way that we process these difficult thoughts and feelings. Only direct first-hand experience can do that. So I encourage you to practice ACE as many times as possible throughout the day, and not just in the difficult, stormy moments, but also in the quieter, calmer moments as well. Because the more we practice, the more the effect will compound over time. If you're experiencing difficulties in the exercise and you're feeling like it's not helping you to stay more present in your day or in the storm, I highly recommend that you check out the troubleshooting section at the end of chapter 5 in the book. It's really worth reading. In the next video, we're going to explore chapter 6, the never-ending stories, and that refers to that never-ending brain chatter that a lot of us have. And also, it introduces some powerful and creative and actually fun exercises to help us unhook from those thoughts. So I really encourage you to read along with me. If you don't already have a copy of the book, I highly encourage you to get one, either borrowing it from the local library, or you can also purchase a copy through the paid link in the description below, where I will earn a small commission to support the channel at no cost to you. I have also included a non-paid link as well. If this video resonated with you, please like and subscribe so more people can see it and benefit from the nutrient of ACT. I have recently shifted the posting schedule to every other week instead, so I will have more time to sit with this material and bring you the best reflections possible. And it will also allow me to take better care of my health. So take very, very good care of yourself, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. This video shares my personal experiences and perspectives. It is for educational and informational purposes only, and is not a substitute for professional mental health or medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you're experiencing significant mental health challenges, please consult with a licensed mental health professional. If you're experiencing a crisis or having thoughts of self-harm or harming others, please call 988, 911, or your local emergency services.